Hey, so I got a question for you. How do you know if you're unlocking your truest potential? That's my question for you on this rainy Wednesday morning here in Asheville. My question to you is how to unlock your truest potential. That's what I want to know. So as I'm sitting outside here, this is a nice little covered area. It's starting to rain outside, and I found myself underneath this rare coin and jewelry shop. And what I've noticed is that there's no coins out. I'm sure if they were rare, they probably would want to be out, like a jewelry shop, right? They put away their stuff. And so how does a coin, something as simple as like a penny, become rare, become valuable enough to have a store, a beautiful store, and jewelry to be valuable, to have so much value? Well, somebody has to find it valuable to them, right? They have to find, well, I find that coin valuable. It's something that I prize, or jewelry that I prize. And my question to you is, in our potential, do you find your potential to be similar? Do you find value in your potential? Because there's potential to have different types of potential, just as, say, social media. In fact, I had a conversation earlier to a gentleman who was making a remark on one of my posts, and it had something to do with me removing people. And anyway, the conversation was negative. It was something that had potential to be negative, and I could have taken it the wrong way, and I could have answered and responded the wrong way, and it could have had a really negative potential, right? As many of you are thinking in less than a week now, the potential for, depending on which way you're voting, right? The potential for where our world can end up and our country can end up as a result, more our country, right? First off. But let's talk about the potential, because in order to truly know your potential, you have to believe, just as somebody believes a coin is worth a certain amount of money. And I've seen, it's crazy to think, coins are worth thousands and thousands of dollars, something as simple as a rare penny. And if we are actually to know and think, going through life, how valuable we were, how rare we are. Did you know there's only one of you? Did you know that? Did you know that God only made one? You're the rarest of the rare, right? There's only one of you. And not only that, he actually designed you in such a way, in the likeness of him. And that, oh my goodness, how rare is that? That's pretty amazing, to be honest with you. There's so much potential. But unfortunately, I think evil, just as there's potential, let's go to this next company, hair design. There's so many potential different ways to have your hair designed. And if you don't have any hair like me, so we're here underneath, again, I'm staying out of the rain, is the potential for how your hair to look, right? You can have different colors of hair. You can have no hair. You can have a beard. You can have no beard. And there's lots of potential right there. But let's go back to how rare you are and how valuable you are, and to not waste any moment of your potential. And not only that, to make sure you're directing it. So if I can encourage you, you see, there was a point in my life, in my career, in my journey, in my fitness journey, there was a point where I didn't know. I was like, is this it? This is all that there is? I struggled with my weight for a number of years. You know, this is before fitness, before getting into it. I even struggle now as a 48-year-old parent and husband and business owner. It's tough. It's not easy. But I know there's so much potential. And for me, it's actually having people that I surround myself to find value in me, just as maybe you find value in this daily dose. Maybe you found value in my coaching. Maybe it was something I posted, maybe something that I said. I find value in you. I find there's a lot of potential in social media. Look, the world is a dark place, and guess what? The social media is used for a lot of dark reasons, a lot of evil. There's so much negative potential, right? The potential to hurt somebody else with their words, a potential to damage somebody else with something they post, or something negative, or something demeaning, or something, even you think of the world of the internet and how that's been misused and it is now, has been misused since the beginning, with things like pornography and all those other things, and greed and power and all that stuff. So again, potential has the potential, so to speak, to do damage, but it also has the potential to do a lot of good. And so long as I'm alive, I'm planning to do a lot of good with it. I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm going to let God direct my steps, so that if you don't have the kind of potential that you know you have the capability for, is I want to try to draw that out from you. And I don't know what that necessarily looks like for you, but I do know that you can't stop. You can't stop. It would be a disservice. Think of it this way. If you're a believer, if you're a man or woman of faith, and you think that's it, I've reached my full potential. If you woke up this morning and you have breath in your lungs and a heartbeat, guess what? There's so much more potential. See, one of the things yesterday, we were out and about. Last night, actually, we went down to this river area. This is not where we're at right now. In fact, we're just close to the hotel. My wife's about to meet with me. And I'm standing underneath here because it is raining. It's going to be a 100% chance of rain all day. But we are going to find potential in the day. But we were down yesterday in this area called the River Arts area, River Arts District, I guess it's called. And we went down there last night. We just literally stumbled upon it. We've been doing hiking. In fact, I did like 25,000 steps yesterday, which was pretty cool. Just going out and hiking. We did 3 different trails and it was fun. It wasn't like a ton of hiking, but over 25,000 steps. It was pretty good. I racked it up yesterday. But we were down in the River Arts District and it was crazy. It was like there's graffiti everywhere, but there's all these eclectic shops and stuff. Now, none of them are open, so maybe we'll go down there today. There was restaurants by the river. There was a new paved road. There was a walking trail. It was really cool. So if you're in Asheville, if you get out here, you go check out the River District. I think it's very, very new or fairly new. Maybe within the last couple of years. It looks really, really awesome. I've never seen so much graffiti in my entire life. But the crazy thing is, think about this, back to the potential. And the topic for this morning's Daily Dose is there had to have been potential, because it was like the old train, I guess, maybe from cotton industry and maybe I'm not too sure. I haven't really done the research, but it was really dilapidated. You know, like some of these new areas that they kind of have like a resurgence and they do a revitalization of the neighborhood. I see it all the time, right? There had to have been some potential. They saw potential down there in the river area, in the river community, and it is pretty amazing. And I'm sure even here, before all these buildings and shops were all built, that there was lots of potential. So my question to you is, if you know you have more potential, how are you unlocking that potential? And if you know you have potential, like, who's helping you to draw that out? You see, I couldn't do it for myself alone. I have a supportive wife and have some great kids, and I have some amazing mentors and coaches who help see things in me that I couldn't see in myself. There's no way I'd be right here today in Asheville on a little mini vacation with my wife, being able to even look after my coaching clients and run a business, run the most successful business I've ever had. Again, it's not to brag, it's just to share. I didn't do it by myself. I knew there was potential, but I didn't know how much potential. And I'm around some of the most amazing people in my industry, in my space, because I'm choosing to surround myself with the best of the best so that I can get the potential drawn out of me. I think, again, I don't want to just go through life being mediocre. And I don't know if you do. If you do, this message maybe is not for you. But if you have that full potential, then I want to draw it out of you, not to do things that are negative, or I should say things that are going to bring you down, but things that are going to necessarily lift you up. And that's something that I'll tell you what, like, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want the best for your life? Why wouldn't you want the best for your business, for your family, for your life? And that's something that, again, it's ultimately your choice. You can sit and wallow and say, this is it. This is the most potential that I have. You know, what's done is done. I don't know why I bother. I don't know why I bother trying to lose weight. I don't know why I bother trying to, find a better job or better career. I don't know why I bother in this relationship. I don't know why I bother with these people. And you can go down that pity party way, or you can go down the way of, hey, there's more potential out there waiting for me, and you just have to go after it. And sometimes it helps to have some other people, some influential people who can help you see the areas in your life that you have more potential. And that's something that today, on Wednesday, look, we have one more day in Asheville here. One more day, and it's rainy. You can see it's raining. The streets are all wet. But you know what? In this last day, we're going to find potential in the day, because that's how we live. That's how my wife and I live. We want to find potential in all the good things. And if we're going to spend time together, we're going to find potential in that as well. So for today, if you're struggling with that, today may be the day that you start on a new road. Maybe the potential that you've been searching after, grabbing for, is negative. Maybe you've just been looking for a way to get down on somebody because of the way they're voting, or something they posted, or somebody disgruntled you, or maybe, something was said in the news that got you frustrated. And that kind of potential is dangerous type of potential. That's the potential to bring you down, to pull you down. The enemy doesn't want to pull out the best intentions and the best potential out of you. It wants to draw you to the worst type of potential that's going to cause you to not move, to cause you to get stuck, cause you to stay in a spot where you just don't feel good enough, you don't feel valuable enough. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to encourage you on this rainy Wednesday, guess what? I'm going to share this with you. Let's go back to where we started. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess how much more valuable? You're more valuable than the rarest coin or jewelry. You're more valuable than whatever has been in this store inside of here. Guess what? You're infinitely more valuable than that. So guess what? You have infinite more potential than even the rarest coin. Does that make sense? If it does, say, I'm valuable. I want you to hashtag I'm valuable down below. If you've listened to this whole thing, let me know. I want to know even if you don't feel you have all the fullest potential, just know that you're valuable. I want you to hashtag I'm valuable. I'm valuable. I want to see it down below. If you listen to this whole thing, I want you to hashtag that down below, that I'm valuable. That's all I have. Take care. It's getting rainy. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you.